And we arrive. What I imagine may be the finale, because we've only got about 4 chapters left, and I think I can probably go through those pretty quickly, since this game's pacing has been incredibly brisk. So, yeah, pretty excited about that. Hey everybody, how you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. I've been okay. We got a surprise dusting of snow today in my area, which was really interesting. I didn't expect that, but it is still like late winter to early spring, so some snow's to be expected. But that was it, mostly. Most of it melted by the time that I woke up because it's just a light dusting. It wasn't anything major like what we had at the start of the year. So, yeah. Besides that, God, I hate that. Oh, I'm on chapter 16. Oh, I mistook how far along I am. So to recap, it turns out somebody had been... Okay, I'm gonna recap as best as I can, because it has been a week, so I'm not gonna remember all the small details. But Sissel, the guy we're controlling, his body had been taken over by somebody else who has ghost trick powers in a similar manner to Sissel does, albeit he can control living things. Sissel can't. And Missile, though, also gained ghost powers, sadly, because Missile died, but essentially is now helping us with this. And we find out, hey, Sissel's body is being taken over by this manipulator who seems to be a part of a string of cases that Cabanella had been trying to present. And this manipulator had been working with a foreign nation, I guess, to destabilize them. And this manipulator was the person that kidnapped Lynn in the park 5 years ago. Or was it 10? No, was it 10 or 5? I don't remember. Point is, he's a figure from Detective Jode and Lynn's past, who got killed by a meteorite, and the meteorite seemed to have been the thing that granted him ghost trick abilities. So, yeah, a lot of moving parts here, essentially. And now that we have an idea of where we're supposed to go, which is a submarine out in the middle of the ocean, we're supposed to track that down and stop the nefarious schemes. So, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know I was on chapter 16. I think we started chapter 16, but we didn't go through it. So, yeah, that's what we've got going on tonight. We're going to be attempting to stop the manipulator. Lynn kept her promise about getting me hooked up. About 2 hours before dawn, the phone rang. And yeah, the professor here turned out to be a former police medic, and he was also studying the manipulator. So we have a lot of people on our side now. Hello?
This is Jode. Sissel, are you listening? We need your powers. No time to talk. We'll be waiting for you.
And Jode got his detective jacket back, and he kind of looks like if Cody from Street Fighter V wore a jacket. Well, you'd better get going. This long night is drawing to an end. Yeah, looks like it. Thank you for all your help tonight. I'm the one who should be thanking you. At the other end of the phone line, I'm finally going to find my answers. I better go. Because we also found out that this manipulator was also the person that manipulated Lynn into shooting Sissel. So, yeah. Lot of moving parts. A single telephone line connects me and the other Sissel. But that single line spreads out like a spider's web to ensnare the fates of many people. And here it is. And I just reached the center of the web. Welcome to Yonoa. Detective Jode.
My detective sense must have gotten rusty. I didn't even sense your presence here in the dark.
That's because I switched the power to my mask off, Detective Jode.
I use your phone. Hope you don't mind. I had to make a quick call. I needed a pizza delivered.
Egad, never thought you'd track us here, especially seeing as you're a death row inmate.
Excuse me, drinking some water. And I'm equally surprised about your choice of transportation. A submarine, eh?
But how did you find us, my man? Not even the police knew where the Yonoa was going to surface. Confound it. Confound it.
We detectives have a little saying. If there's something you want to know about a case, ask the criminals.
Oh. So yeah, manipulators got Sissel's body.
The bullet the man in the red was shot with had a radio transmitter in it.
I have a little something for you. Oh. The pocket watch was oh.
Cabanela had given me some pretty weird presents in the past, but they always prove useful. This one was a radio receiver. Made it look like a pocket watch.
Yes. Inspector Cabanela. I hear he's an excellent investigator.
By the way, where is that man in red? I know he's on this submarine somewhere.
Ah, Sissel, you mean? Oh, wow.
You!
You can relax. That's nothing but his shell.
His shell, eh?
His spirit isn't here right now. Most likely, right about now, he's controlling your daughter.
Please, I beg you, let my daughter go. If you need a hostage, take me. Just please let her go.
Ah. There's something our nation needs. Sissel has it. That's all we care about, my man. Nothing else matters. However, it would appear Sissel has underestimated us. He left behind his precious bargaining chip here.
Bargaining chip?
Our nation has already researched it. This product that Sissel has to offer. The source of his powers. Oh, is it the meteorite? Ah.
What? What in the world was that?
The Temsic fragment. It gives spirits special powers. And now our deal with Sissel is concluded, as far as we're concerned.
What are you talking about?
What a mistake to make, right at the most critical moment. Now then, Detective Jode. Farewell. Okay, so he had a bit of the meteor in him already as a source of power for the spear. Oh, so is that why there was a core? What in the world? The whole room just vanished. Detective Jode! Where did he go? Sport ball. What now? I think I heard an explosion somewhere. In any case, Lynn and the little lady should be here somewhere. I smell danger. I'd better find them, and fast. Alright, cool. Let's do this. Oh, so the phone's kept here. So you're here, huh? It's Missile! Yes, I think even I remember who you are by now. So what do you suppose that shock a minute ago was? I have no idea, of course. I'm just a little sheltered apartment dog. Oh, with my loss of memory, I can't say I'm much better. Anyway, let's hurry up and go save Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla. Do you think that trusty nose of yours can sniff them out? I'm sorry to say, I don't think I can. It can. Why'd I even bother to ask? But you do have the power to swap objects. So let's go find that lady detective and the little lady together. You got it! Yeah, Missile gained ghost powers, but sadly died in the process of it all. The telephone's ringing. Wow! It's Miss Camilla, I just know it. My trusty nose is practically screaming at me. I think you'd call that more of a hunch. Anyway, let's get to that phone before it stops ringing. You bet! I love Missile. Oh wait, hold on. And then Sissel can do... Hold on. Let's get Sissel over here. Missile to do that. Oh no. I think I just heard another little explosion in the distance. I've got a bad feeling about this. Sissel, look! That black hello, it came off the hook. Uh-oh, I better answer it and fast. Hold on. Oh, he calls it a, oh wait, I just realized he calls it a hello because he doesn't know what a phone is. That's funny. Hello? Is anybody there? It's her, the little lady. It's Sissel, where are you? Somebody please answer. I guess she can't hear my voice. You too, huh? Oh, good. I thought she was ignoring me. Somebody help me. Lynn is... She said Lynn. Miss Lynn! We better hurry. Let's go, Sissel. Yeah, nothing else to really figure out. But yeah, he calls it a hello because... Oh no! It's no use. Nobody's answering. So Lynn drowned. Miss Camilla and Miss Lynn. Oh, poor Miss Lynn. Yeah, she can't seem to catch a break. It looks like another tragedy has happened. Sorry to keep you waiting, little lady. Sissy, I knew you'd come. Miss Camilla! And Missile too. I'm so glad to see you're all right. Well, I wouldn't say I'm all right exactly. Hey, wait a minute. Missile, your voice. I think I remember hearing it somewhere before. What? My voice? That's right. Camilla has a core now, so that means she did hear Missile's voice before, when he saved her that time. So that was you, wasn't it, Missile? You're the one who saved me in the park tonight. Thank you. Miss Camilla, I'm so glad I was born your little doggy. Hey, Missile, could you stay here and watch over your mistress for a while? Huh? But don't you need my powers? I'll see what I can do on my own for a while. After all, you're the only one who can protect her. Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, Missile. Missile's one of the top 10 game dogs. Easily. Sorry, I got a message. There we go. Okay, so we gotta go help out Lynn again. Poor Lynn, she really can't catch a break at all. Oh, Sissel, you're here. Lynn, what in the world happened here? I don't know. Huh? I just sort of blacked out all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know in that case. And where's Detective Jode? Is he all right? I don't know. Huh? The room he was in just disappeared all of a sudden. Now it's all making even less sense than before. After we left the super's office, we followed after the man in red. We tracked him to with that radio transmitter Inspector Cabanella fired into him with the bullet. The man in red took a boat out to sea from a small harbor on the edge of town. Detective Jode and I managed to secretly stow away on his boat. And then we sneaked onto the submarine with him when it surfaced. Before long, the submarine dove back down again. Detective Jode and I decided to split up. He would take care of the telephone line, and I would look for Camilla. I found Camilla hiding here in the engine room. She had escaped and run away here. Wow, it's quite an adventure. What happened next? I don't know. Huh? There was a flash of white all of a sudden. Next thing I know, I was dead. Oh boy, sounded like it'd be quicker to see for myself. All right, let's check it out. So 2 explosions happened. Siona engine room. Okay. Camilla, are you okay? Oh! Camilla? Hello, Lynn. Or is it detective now? It's been 10 years, that's right, since we last met. Oh, the manipulator took over Camilla. Are you really that man from the park 10 years ago? Well, I see there's no need to introduce myself. Give Camilla back! She has nothing to do with any of this! Afraid I can't do that. This is my last chance. The phone is ringing. It's not for me. Nobody ever calls the dead. Okay. The fact that you're here means that my revenge plan has failed. Revenge plan? It didn't happen tonight, did it? His execution. Well, knowing him, I half expected as much. That's why I was waiting here like this, waiting for him to show up. Wouldn't it be just what he wanted, to be executed by his own daughter? I heard about 10 years ago. I feel sorry about what happened to you. But revenge? Nobody could possibly know what I've... What in the world? An explosion? Uh-oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Have I been had? Yes. Oh. Oh, so not drowned, but debris. Forgot today was a stream day. It's cool. You're fine. How have you been, Combo? Hope your day's been well. Did you get any snow by any chance? Because I got snow in my area, which was, again, very pleasant surprise. I like snow, so it was all cool with me. But yeah, besides the snow, the only other things that really happened today was I went to get a water filter for our fridge because boy howdy it needed it. And I gave my dog some, and then I went to give my dog Bonnie some exercise. Gave her some runs. Gave her didn't give her the runs. She got to run around for a while, which was always nice. Also, what the fuck happened here? So, as I tried, she a twist villain? No. So it turns out there's another person that has ghost powers. And this ghost person was the person that Detective Jode confronted 10 years ago. And he has the ability to manipulate living people. So the manipulator took over Camilla there, the girl with the purple hair, and was getting ready to kill Jode. But something happened, and he's actually been manipulating Sissel's dead body for a little while too. We had a whole puzzle about trying to prevent Cabanella's death with Sissel's body, and essentially, and the manipulator, as he's called, is working with this foreign nation, and the foreign nation had tricked him into giving them the source of his ghost powers. So, yeah, a lot of moving parts here, but we finally have the key player on who's been doing all this stuff and wanting Joe dead, and who manipulated Lynn into killing Sissel. It was the manipulator, as he's called. But yeah, it's quite interesting to like. It's very intriguing, this story. I really like it. Revenge, huh? That's a feeling I just can't understand. Of course not. You're not him. They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. I learned how my ghost powers can I use my ghost powers to manipulate my pile of money. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Oh, wait. That makes me want to see Dracula Flow done in this portrait style. Oh, I want that so badly now. Oh, that'd be so funny. Like, honestly, I'd see him as an NPC here too, like as a quirky character alongside the park person who's like somebody that you could see after they died, and they're like just giving their own little spiel about stuff. Oh, that'd be funny. She's right. I'm not him. I'm not him, am I? He was going to shoot Detective Jode. As Camilla, when he came to rescue her. Yeah, so he was manipulating Jode's daughter to kind of do like an Envy from Fullmetal Alchemist thing, which is pretty fucked up. As Camilla when he wanted to rescue her. It's just too horrible. Anyway, let's bring you back to life again. You didn't have to add the again part. All right, here we go. So we need to figure out the source of the explosion, but even if I did, that'll be hard to do. So let's see. The cause of death this time was that mysterious explosion. You're pretty up for a dead woman. You know how detectives love a good mystery. It's like a shot of vitamins. And what do you mean for a dead woman? Anyway, I guess we should look for a way to stop that explosion. All right, let's do this thing. Finding clues is like a dose of minerals to a detective. I'm afraid with my memory loss, I have no idea what vitamins or minerals are. Sissel, are you aware of the Flintstones? Are you aware of Flintstones vitamins, Sissel? Oh, I can't reach it yet. So yeah, Manipulator took over Camilla, and Camilla's got a gun. Yeah, we've already seen this bit. Yeah, this is good stuff. I like it. And as I've said before, this game's animations are some of the strongest. They're so good. All right. The question is, that didn't do anything. Oh, hey, we somehow managed to knock down the receiver. Somehow managed? Who's to say that's not how I planned it? Come on, hurry. Now's your chance to get on the phone. It might be Detective Jode. She's right. I better check it out. Right, who called? Hello? Is anybody there? If anybody's still there, get yourself here on the double. We're about to head out. Speak up! Why don't you answer? Anyway, come if you're coming. We're leaving. This may be the one I need. Yeah, we've got a lot of things going on here in terms of the story. I really like it. So it must be true what they say, that there are restless ghosts aboard. Oh, I didn't check the phone book. That does it. I promised to turn over a new leaf, Mom. I'll become a baker just like you said I should. Who's he calling restless ghosts? Well, it's true neither one of us is really resting in peace. Anyway, it looks like the sub has just lost one of its crew. I guess that means the fate of this sub has changed slightly. So yeah, Sissel, dead body, manipulator took his body, and now he's been tricked by this nation. So yeah, bargaining chip. It's Detective Jode. What's going on there? I saw this little deal go down once before. In just a moment, the man in red is about to get his Temsig fragment taken away. So I completely forgot about the phone book, so how about we read up on that real quick? I don't know who I am. The man I pursued, thinking he was me, took Lynn hostage in the park 10 years ago and was hit by a meteorite and killed. Like, honestly though, hit by a meteorite is definitely an interesting way to go. She managed to sneak out onto the submarine and find Camilla. She lost her life trying to protect Camilla from an explosion. Let's see, a foreigner who planned to carry out a deal tonight involving the powers of the dead. He knew the source of those powers was the meteorite fragment, so he stole it from the man in red's body and made his escape, abandoning the Yona to the sea. He appears to be the old man's servant. He operates the machines in the strange room expertly. He was with Detective Jode when the strange room suddenly disappeared from the rest of the submarine. And she's Detective Jode's daughter. Her name is Camilla. Apparently, she believes her mother's death was caused by the contraption she created. Lynn found her in the submarine, but the man in red was controlling her. A friendly little Pomeranian, his name is Missile, thinking he needs his powers to protect the little lady, he chose not to be brought back to life. He came along to the sub with me to save his mistress. Yeah, so Missile died at one point. Missile died again, and he decided, I don't want to come back to life because I want to keep Camilla safe. So, fucking respect to this guy. Respect to Missile. He's the best. And yeah, the horrible. Well, turns out she's actually really not that. I don't know about her writing smut like in the same area as her daughter, but turns out she did care about her family a lot. So yeah, Lynn's neighbor. Her name is Emma. In protest of her Justice Minister husband's execution order, she moved out with her daughter. She's made up with her husband, but is apparently doomed to dangle from the chandelier tonight. Oh, right, because we put her in the chandelier. I completely forgot about that. The daughter of the woman in purple. Her name is Amelie. With peace restored to her family, and after being able to call her father, she's now sleeping soundly. Maybe she's worn out by all the drama. And the Justice Minister, who sits agonizing in his stately office. 1 month ago, he was physically manipulated into ordering the death row convict's execution. Not wanting this to get out, he has since been in constant anguish. He decided to halt the execution. And then, yeah, so this doctor, turns out he was a spy for the foreign nation to get Sissel's body away. I believe that's the case. A phony medical examiner who was working with the man in red. His plan was to steal the corpse from the site, but Inspector Cabanella saw through his plot and bribed him to bring the body to the junkyard's maintenance building basement. And for you, the head of the Special Investigation Unit, his insistence on a spotless record was so that he'd be able to prove his friend's innocence. Or prove his friend innocent. He fired a bullet with a radio transmitter into the man in red's body and urged Lynn to bring the case to a conclusion. Then, yeah, the Guardian of the Park. We got to help bring this guy back to life, which was an interesting puzzle sequence. The man who protects the park. 10 years ago, he witnessed Lynn being saved by a falling meteorite. Now, to protect the Rock of the Gods that performed this miracle, he lobbies to stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Just use the abandoned skyscrapers. The superintendent of the junkyard. He was a police medical examiner, but he quit the force to research the meteorite's radiation. He built the basement contraption based on Cabanella's reports in order to further investigate into Jode's case. And the chef at the chicken kitchen, very busily singing. Nothing really new about that. So yeah, the manipulator got this guy to sing government secrets, this guy to hold somebody up inside of a police department, So yeah, the manipulator has kind of done a lot of stuff here. An excellent detective. His name is Jode. A death row inmate, he feels responsible for 2 murders, but his execution was called off. He snuck into the sub to rescue his daughter, but then disappeared before my eyes, along with the room he was in. Oh yeah, these two. I don't know what their deal is. One half of the couple, they clearly are working. They're clearly working for this nation, but I don't see them on the sub. I like how the inmates almost got rubber hose looks. Yeah, every character's design and animation has just been so full of personality. I love it. And like that's something that's indicative of this and the Ace Attorney games as well, where it's like you clearly see how much care they put into making every character feel incredibly unique, which is awesome. Affect the future of the nation. When he mistook Camilla for the Justice Minister's daughter and abducted her, he accidentally hit the little doggy with his motorcycle. One half of the couple, affect the future. Kidnapped Camilla has a strong 6th sense and can apparently sense my presence. And then there's Camilla's mom. Made an impossible move. So yeah, Camilla set up like a Rube Goldberg contraption to surprise her mom for her birthday, but the Rube Goldberg contraption caused a gun to fire. Quit his job, and then the other me. The man I was pursuing, who I was convinced was me. His true identity is the manipulator, the spirit of a man who was killed by a meteorite fragment 10 years ago. He controlled Camilla as part of his revenge, but while he was out, his fragment was stolen. So, there we go. That's everything. I don't get it. What's happening? They decided to conclude the deal without the other party present. They're just going to go ahead and steal the Temsic fragment. Huh? But that's cheating! I think we have more important things to think about right now. Where's the Temsic fragment going to go? What does this do? It won't budge. Maybe it's broken? Oh well, I guess I don't have to lower it right now. If I ever had to remove it, I could probably get Lynn to do it for me. Probably the same thing for this one, right? Nothing happened. Sure seemed like it should do something. Maybe it's just some kind of ornament. No, maybe it's like one of those things where, that didn't do anything. Come on. There we go. Oh. Ah, the Temsic fragment. You're mine at last. I love that they're all just piled in there. Oh, God forbid one of them farts. That'd be awful. The objective has been achieved. Now we detach the control room as planned.
Yes, sir. Very well, sir.
Okay. Sissel, what just happened? The whole room just disappeared with Detective Jode in it. Don't worry, Lynn. I bet Detective Jode can take care of himself. The main thing right now is rescuing you and the little lady. I can't believe this is happening. Now then, I'd better hurry along before Sissel discovers what he's lost and comes after me. The Yonoa will be his coffin. Oh. May it lie buried here in the deep sea, forever. Farewell, Sissel. Okay. That's very funny that all of them are just piled in. So, okay, so I wasn't hit with the meteorite fragment. I was in the capsule. So that's why I'm not going with them. Ah, so that's the cause of that giant explosion. Huh? What is? Don't tell me that's the other thing you've forgotten. The torpedo. It's like, well, you've heard of a missile before, haven't you? Yeah, sure. But a different missile comes more readily to mind. It looks like he plans to sink the submarine with that thing. This is not good. We have to do something before that torpedo is fired. We can't let it launch. But what can we do? Let's just get to the torpedo as fast as we can. Maybe we can find a way to stop it somehow. Somehow. A true detective never gives up. Well, we certainly can't just ignore it. There's no time. It's gonna launch. Don't worry, we can still find a way to stop it. What? How? Even if the torpedo does launch, we just have to stop it from detonating, right? There's still something we can do. I hope. Why was the "I hope" at the end the strongest part of that sentence? Okay, here goes. Oh. We're manipulating the... How did a rat get inside of the torpedo? What? How did that happen? I came along for the ride without giving it too much thought. Was this really the best move? I think so. We just have to keep it from going off, right? Man, these poor rats. I'm sure this poor little rat will thank us too. How in the world did it get in here? I mean, if raccoons can squeeze into spots that are like, hold on. I don't know, like if a cockroach can go underneath surfaces that are like incredibly thin, maybe it's not too far-fetched for a rat to somehow end up in a torpedo. I think these outside parts are supposed to be the weights of some sort. Spinning black things, right? Apparently, their spinning helps the torpedo maintain its balance. They must be pretty heavy. I wonder if we can use these weights to our advantage somehow. This looks like just the thing. If we can clamp this thing on the fuse, it should keep it from moving. Huh, so what does that mean exactly? It means we might be able to stop the torpedo from exploding with this. I have to admit, I don't understand all the details, but I do want to give it a try. But before we can do that, it looks like we have to get something out of the way first, huh? Do you know how a torpedo works? No, I can't say I do. Wow, detectives sure know a lot. I saw it explained once in a book. On impact, the fuse in the tip is depressed. That in turn sets off the detonator. The detonator, huh? That must be that red button. So how do we stop it? They didn't explain anything about that in the book. Wow, detectives sure know a lot. Or not. Yeah, like, isn't it, like... so it's a college textbook where it's like they explain what it is, but they don't really give you a whole lot of details on what. Or no, not a college textbook, just a half-hearted college lecture. How do we get the mouse to go away? It's probably the detonator. Hey, don't press it, the torpedo will explode. But you know, there should be a safer device, right? Put the safety device on before this thing blows. All right, how do we get this mouse to get off the thing? It's a stubborn little thing, isn't it? Quite a worthy adversary. You do know the rat isn't the main focus here, don't you? Okay, true. But until it's out of the way, we can't set the safety device. You're right. If only our missile was here right now. We have to get this creature to leave somehow. How do we get it to go away? Ah, that's how. I was supposed to time it a bit better. Great, we dumped the little creature off. Wow, those weights were heavy enough to turn the whole torpedo over. Now for the safety device. Right. I got very scared because when the music stopped, I thought the torpedo would hit. And there. There, we've clamped the safety device on. We did it. That should keep this torpedo from exploding. But there's just one problem. Problem? What's that? The torpedo is still going to impact. We can't do anything about that. Uh-oh. Well? Oh, and that knocked out Camilla, so no more gun. It looks like the torpedo still hit the submarine. But it looks like the submarine is still okay. This changes everybody's fate, including the little rats. Sissel, we did it! And there we go. What's the matter? You still look unhappy. We stopped the torpedo from blowing up, but we still opened up a gaping hole in the submarine. You're right. I guess that's just what missiles do. They're unstoppable. Huh? Am I hearing things? Anyway, I guess we better get back to the present as quickly as we can. Right. I'm worried about Camilla. All right. So I guess the manipulator might have left Camilla after the explosion. We managed to stop death for now, but it hasn't disappeared altogether. It's now slowly but surely filling the room. Yep, it's not going to start flooding. Uh-oh. Water seeping in through the hole where the torpedo hit. I've got to get them out of here. I'd better go meet up with Lynn. What's this? Starter? The lights went out, but this machine apparently still works. But only for a second. Unfortunately, I guess it won't run for very long. But maybe I can use this movement to help me create a path. God, this game's puzzling is so cool. Like, it's just a nice game. Really good stuff. There we go. And then gears there. Oh, something else that I've been really wanting to do, though, is I've been missing out on the new Delicious in Dungeon episode, which I hear involves sirens, and an encounter in it is actually really fun, but I'm trying to stay spoiler-free from it. I just know that sirens are involved, and that's it. I'm excited for it, because honestly, Delicious in Dungeon has been a lot of fun. I can imagine fans of the manga are pretty happy that this thing they like is getting a new lease on life with this anime. And I learned this fact, apparently. Delicious in Dungeon had apparently been running for 10 years and has 14 volumes, because the way that the manga magazine was doing its runs was like a bi-monthly situation. So, yeah, I guess it definitely sounds a lot more manageable than Shonen Jump. So, yeah, that's a fact I learned about Delicious in Dungeon that I didn't know about, because remember seeing volumes of it a while ago. I just didn't know how long it'd been running for. So, fun fact. Lynn. Camilla, you're awake. How do you feel? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I pointed that gun at you. Don't worry about that. That wasn't you. Miss Camilla! Oh, Missile, you're here. Oh, poor Miss Camilla. Miss Lynn, what should we do? We have to get out of here before any more water comes in. Sissel should be along any second. I knew Sissy would come. And Missy's here too. I'm so happy everybody's going to be home with me now. Going to be with me now. Except Missile's dead. I don't think he can return to his body. Camilla? Miss Camilla! I'll get you out of here. If it's the last thing I do. Oh, I think I'm going to cry. Or whimper in any case, as the case may be. I better send a signal to Lynn that I'm here, before it's too late. Hold on. Okay, I said I'd get you out of here, Camilla. But it's so dark, I can barely see. Now what? Out of ideas already, eh? I think she's asking for my help. I should send her a signal. Oh, look at that flashlight. It's Sissel, he's here. God, this game's very well animated. I'm glad you're here, Sissel. Sorry for the wait. It looks like this room is going to fill up with water fast. We better get out that door as quickly as we can. We won't be getting out that door, I'm afraid. The water pressure is too great already. I can't open it. What? What does water pressure mean? Think of it as the force of the water holding the door closed. The water level keeps getting higher and higher in here. So the only way out of here is up, huh? Exactly. Okay, got it. Let's look for a path that goes up. Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that ladder. I wonder if we can get it down somehow. Good idea. Let's try. Okay, and by the way, yes? I can't swim. Neither can Camilla. Don't you have any good news for me? Let me think about it. In the meantime, could you hurry, please? Oh, wait. Talk to her? There must be a switch or something somewhere that lowers the ladder. Provided the person who designed the sub didn't miscalculate the ladder length. I didn't even consider that possibility. And I have to warn you. Yeah, you already told me. Oh, that's how I was supposed to do that. Ah. There we go. You did it, Sissel. Thanks. It must be hard to climb okay, so climbing a ladder when you're carrying something is one of the most harrowing experiences you could probably ever go through. Regarding, like, moving around. When I did some IT work before, one of the tasks that I was assigned was to help assist in moving a TV that had stopped working correctly. And this TV was mounted on a high wall, and we didn't have one of those lifts that you could take that was like a platform. So we had to improvise, and by improvise I mean we set up 2 ladders on either side of the TV, unscrewed it, and then slowly walked down the ladders with this TV in order for us to get on the ground floor. I was so nervous during that whole process. I don't remember if anybody was even spotting our ladders. It was really unsafe. So yeah, that was an experience that I don't want to repeat. And that was like a while ago too. What was that? It looks like water seeping in isn't the only thing we have to worry about. Huh? Sissel, the flashlight doesn't work anymore. Hey, don't get mad at me. Maybe the contacts are bad or something. Hey, I know. You can fix it with your powers. Okay, now that's just taking things too far. Oh, hey, great. Did you used to be an electrician in your past life or something? That's a cruel question, considering the circumstances. Now all we have to do is to get to that door, and we're safe. Uh-oh. Oh no. Did she die again? What happened? Okay, she didn't. What happened now? It looks like the submarine decided to rear up on its hind legs. I can't believe we're still okay after that fall. Either we're really lucky or we're dead and we just haven't realized it yet. Come on now, as if the latter could be true. What now? The water sure is rising fast. Come on. You'll just go up from the top. Let's see, how can I help with my ghost tricks? Well, I think I see a familiar flame over there. Sissel, there you are. How's it going? How's it going? I'd say it was going pretty badly. You do understand how dangerous the situation is, don't you? Of course, after all. Just ask anybody who knows me how much I hate taking a bath. Maybe he's been in danger of drowning before himself. Okay, ready to create a path for these ladies? Of course! Sissel's like... Torgal and Sissel are easily some of the best dogs in gaming. No doubt. Okay, so we can do that. So Missile can take things of the same shape and change them around. Neighbor dogs. Thanks, neighbor dogs. Hold on now. Maybe the small fans? I'm thinking. There's gotta be something I do with Missile here. That's just the same emergency lights. Same pipes, too. Okay, so I have to do something with Missile that gets me to move with Sissel. Let's have Missile and Sissel and go up is easier said than done when I'm holding Camilla. I know. We're gonna try and create a path for you somehow. The water just keeps rising. Please hurry. Oh, and by the way, did I ever tell you? You can't swim, neither can Camilla. Oops, I already said that, didn't I? Alright, So what all am I swapping around with? Okay, so I probably need to help out Lynn by manipulating the pipes for platforms. That's definite. Yeah, that pipe is definitely taking a different shape. Still the same torpedo. Yeah, Sissel can't do anything. His range is really short. There's a piston. So it has to be with missile. Got a wheel here. The only things that I can swap... Oh, I needed to be patient. Oops. Well, I just needed to exercise a little bit of patience and then I'm good. Alright, well now I know. Oops. Piston's sticking out right in front of me. It's almost like they're taunting me. Maybe it's a challenge. It might be just that. Thinking you can climb them? If I wasn't holding Camille, I could probably do it easily. Sissel, you're not telling Miss Lynn to leave poor Miss Camilla behind, are you? Could you just be quiet for a minute, Missile? Those pistons sure do look like they could be used to our advantage. Okay, so I had the right idea. In that case, Sissel, you go over this way. Missile, you do this. Sissel, you try this. So I need to turn them into stairs from the sounds of it. And doing that, Miss Lynn, looks like how much piston rusts out is related to how large the fans are. Hey, Sissel, my arms are heavy. If you could just move these pistons. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the water's still rising. It's up to my knees. And it's freezing cold. Just hold on. Better create a path fast. All right. Thanks, Missile. In that case... That's a no. What about... Oh, wait, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do. And then the large fan, change to that, and then we do that, and then change back to that. There. That should do it. There, how about that? Wow, this is great. You made a staircase for me. You better hurry. I don't think that water is going to wait for you. Okay. Again, I like the puzzle solving in this is just, this is a really good puzzle game. Really good stuff. It's a very good game. Aha. Okay. So now we have this to deal with. Now the steam is getting in the way. It's too hot to get through. What? And there's no way to go around either. Think you can do something? Of course we can. We have to. All right. So Sissel. Missile. Then missile. No, not that. Over to this thing. I imagine playing this on the DS would cause for a lot less accuracy problems that I've been kind of experiencing with this. Like, controlling this has been fine on the Switch. It's just you know, I've been there we go. There we are. And then there we are. Okay, and then missile. Look at this, if I swap the pipes, it changed how the steam comes out, huh? Oh, I get it, because the cracks in each pipe are different, right? So each pipe sprays out the steam in a different way, eh? I bet that will come in handy. All right, so in that case, here comes that water again. Oh, I wish I could drink it all up for you. No, Missile, it's too salty. I think the more relevant point is that he's dead, so he can't drink it. Whatever, just do something about this steam. Leave it to me, Miss Lynn. Thanks, Missile. So by closing this valve, I've shut off the steam flow to that first pipe. Okay, in that case, did that work? Yes. Got it. There, how does that look? Looks great. All that horrible steam is cleared out of the way. Okay, it's not far now. Try to move forward. Wouldn't the pipes still be really hot though if the steam is really bad? Or am I wrong? Look up there. If I could just make it to that door, we can escape. Now, how in the world am I going to get up there? Don't yell at me. If you want to yell, you can yell at me. Missile. How can I yell at you when you're so sweet about it? I think you just did. Let's look for something to put Miss Lynn up with. Yeah, something to whisk Miss Lynn up and glide her ever so gently to the top with. Hey, are you being sarcastic? Okay, so Sissel. I can't manipulate that? Really? Odd. There we go. All right, now this is what I'm talking about. Okay, rise away. And there we go. Sorry, I can't do it. Open it. Hurry. Is that any way to ask for something? It's no use. I can't budge it. It must be stuck. Oh no. No! Huh? What in the fuck? Whoa. Is it the manipulator? What just happened? I can't believe my eyes. Lynn and the little lady suddenly vanished, leaving only darkness and seawater. The submarine continues to sink down to the deep, deep sea. But I still want to try and make my way up as far as possible. I still want to head up to find a single ray of light to illuminate the truth at the bottom of this deep, deep darkness.
Say, fellas, did somebody mention the Sea of Darkness?
That was a horrible Mickey impression. That was really bad. I still find that funny that all of the minions are just packed in. This game's got so much care. I love it. All right. Chapter 17, I think this is, right? Yes. The upended submarine continues to sink, slowly but surely. A long, long journey to the bottom of the sea. Lynn and the little lady found the darkness and the salt water closing in on them. But at the very last second, something saved them. Now it looks down at them quietly. A Mega Man mini-boss. My head is filled with one giant question. What in the world is that thing? Is this thing? Whoa. Oh, cool. Oh, it's the manipulator. Okay. Yep. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like Vector Man. Oh, love that. I see you've managed to survive, Detective. Hey, you're... Excuse my appearance. I seem to have lost my body. Oh, and you there. You're the ghost who's been saving Lynn all evening, aren't you? You knew about me all along? Of course. What else would explain all those unnatural things happening? If you knew, how come you didn't do anything about it all this time? And how come you decided to save us all of a sudden? I thought you wanted to get revenge on us. I don't really know. Please, you gotta tell me. I need to know. Who in the world are you? Sissel, look at you. What happened? I can't hold onto that image of myself any longer. You can't remember who you are? That's right. I came all this way tonight trying to chase down my lost memory. For quite a bit of tonight, I thought I was you, Sissel. Sissel? My name isn't Sissel. I bet you'll remember really soon who you are. And who I am, too. What? The man in front of me is not me. I'm even further away from the truth. Or maybe not. Something is stirring in my mind. A memory about to emerge. Do I know this man? Now that I have shed my image from myself, I feel like I'm one step closer to the truth. Okay, I love this look. Oh, that's so cool. The gears are just constantly turning, and this game's design work is just excellent. They got us good. It's all over for this submarine. Its engine room is destroyed. There's a hole in the hull, and it's sinking as we speak. What are you doing here? I thought you had a deal with those people. They betrayed me. I was a fool to trust them. They already have what they wanted now. The Temsik fragment. I didn't know they had it all figured out. You mean they figured out the source of your powers? Yeah. That meteorite's radiation has two effects on living creatures. It gives power and time. If you don't mind, we'd like to hear more. Radiation. These 10 years, I've been watching that junkyard superintendent do his research, and I think I've kind of got some of it figured out. The meteorite's radiation gives spirits special powers, like possessing and manipulating objects. And in my case, swapping objects. Exactly. Apparently, there are individual differences in the powers we get. And it seems these powers change as time goes by. They do? Yeah. My powers have changed over these past 10 years. At first, I could only manipulate small living creatures. Now then, how do you suppose we got these powers? It's simple. It is? How then? In a nutshell, we died while exposed to the energy emitted by the meteorite, its radiation. That's what it does? Dying while being exposed to the radiation? On that day 10 years ago, yeah, because Cabanela was stupid enough to leave his gun. Jesus, a fragment of that meteorite pierced my heart, and I died. So, of course, I received special powers. Hey, wait a minute. Is that how I got my powers too? You know, you might be right. What a fucking asshole running over missile. Aren't the Temsik remnants still right there in that park? At the bottom of the crater? You're right. So that must mean I must have died in the presence of the meteorite's radiation too. So that case, this isn't Sissel. This isn't the person that has that body. Radiation's time effect. Another effect the meteorite's radiation has on us is that it gives us time. Again, I think this time effect is centered around the theme of death, but it's not all that clear. So the fact that I can return to 4 minutes before a person's death is another effect of that meteorite? One of the characteristics of that meteorite is its ability to replay the moment of death. Replay the moment of death? This is all so strange and confusing. I can't take it all in. It makes about as much sense to me as anything else. Yeah, strange and confusing. That just about sums up the object that pierced my body that day. Thanks to that meteorite fragment, my very existence is a contradiction. What do you mean? That day, when the fragment pierced my heart, I lost my life. However, because it remained inside of me, that fragment continued to constantly regenerate my body. In other words, my body was continuously cycling between the moments that separated my life and death. Tails, you don't understand. I was locked in a dimension where I was constantly breaking my bones repeatedly. The bones healed, but then the scar tissue kept growing. And then it'd break again, only for the scar tissue to keep healing. It's been a... Hold on, what's that? This feels like that... Hold on. What was it again? Hold on, let me find it. It's a similar deal as this. I broke my arms separately, and then I started to break my own ribs. I broke my femurs. It took a while, and then I healed them and broke them again. After 5,000 years, my bones were all scar tissue. They had all grown so solidly back together that I was unable to move. And after another 5,000 years of furious... infinitesimal... It's not letting me see the rest of the word. Infinitesimal... I can't read the rest of the word. It's cut off in the picture. Movement. I built up enough muscle mass to spontaneously break my bones in my body, any bone in my body, then I could move again. My body has done so much healing that I healed almost instantly. That is all I do now. Every time I move my body, my bones shatter and heal back into my next shape. If I take a single step, every bone in my leg splinters and then reforms. I don't know what pain is because I've been alive for 10 million years. It's like that, but this guy's just like, no, I've been in a constant life and death cycle. What? My body's vital functions stopped 10 years ago, but my body's time is perpetually stopped at the moment just before death. Time just stopped, huh? So I simply existed, not really alive and not really dead. Hence why there was a moment earlier in the game where he slammed his hand on a stove, and you could see the smoke rising from his hand because his hand was burning, but he wasn't feeling it, so it's essentially like a walking corpse situation. That pretty much sums up these last 10 years for me, ever since that incident in the park. My body hasn't aged a day. My hair hasn't grown an inch. Come to think of it, that old pigeon guy mentioned something. He said he couldn't cut this guy's body with the scalpel. So I guess as soon as an incision was made, his body would be regenerated. Wow. Or actually kind of also like Fire Punch. For those that don't know, Fire Punch is from the same author as Chainsaw Man. And the premise of the series is that it's like a post-apocalypse manga where the main character doesn't have fire abilities. He has super regeneration, but he gets caught on fire in the beginning parts of the story. But because he heals himself near instantaneously, the fire keeps going on top of him. So he's just constantly on fire, healing from being on fire, and then caught on fire again. Very weird. And also, it's a pretty dark manga from what I've heard. Before I left this country, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to get revenge on the people who stole our lives. Our lives? As part of the deal, I made those guys promise to cooperate. Cooperate? You mean the kidnapping? It all went fine. I manipulated the justice minister and made him issue the execution order. But I thought he might call off the execution at the last second. So that's why you wanted his daughter kidnapped. But they kidnapped the wrong girl. Little did I know, they had their own reasons for cooperating with me. Huh? Their objective was to wipe out everybody who had to do with the Temsik. Detective Jode was one such person, so they were happy to cooperate. Inspector Cabanella and that junkyard super, they were slated to be wiped out too. And, as it turns out, I was one of their targets as well. They stole my Temsik fragment, and here I am. But they had one more final target. You, detective. Me? One final target. So they want the spirit powers from the Temsik, I guess, for their nation. That's my guess on the matter. If you weren't there in the park that day 10 years ago, I never would have thought of doing something as stupid as taking a hostage. Okay, but I was just a little kid playing in the park. Yeah, I know. Huh? 10 years later, and you'd become a detective looking into Jode's case. Tonight, I invited you into a quiet spot on the edge of town. It was a trap, you see. Oh, the meteor. Wait, so then who have we been controlling then? I told you who I was. You never saw my face that day 10 years ago. So of course you didn't recognize me. So then whose spirit have we been manipulating, huh? I took possession of you to make you shoot me. Ah, I see. So this was the manipulator then. So who's the person we've been controlling throughout the game? Huh? Your subconscious resisted me. Such incredible power. It was the first time I wasn't able to control somebody completely. The aim was off, and the first shot missed the mark. I died whole showing. I died presenting. The junkyard was equipped with security cameras. I knew you'd be wanted for murder. That was my plan anyway. But they had other ideas. They simply wanted you wiped out. But then, something threw a big monkey wrench into their scheme. Me! I did it! I showed up. Yeah. So who am I then? I was supposed to meet up with them after that, but then something went wrong. What happened? My body disappeared. Aha, the inspector in white was responsible for that one. My precious bargaining chip was in that body. I had to get it back, no matter what. That inspector caused me no end of trouble. But why were those people targeting me? I never even heard of the Temsic meteorite. Because you were looking into the Jode case. They thought you would find out about the Temsic sooner or later. Okay. Oh shit, nope. My bad. I meant to hit B. God damn it. PC and Switch controls are very different versus Xbox controller. God damn it. Like the controller disconnect happening is such a pain in the ass. Ah! Like it's one of those small things that's just like, God damn it. Now I know how people felt when they would be playing PlayStation for the longest time and then played Hi-Fi Rush on PC. Although apparently there are rumors that Xbox is planning on, there are rumors that Hi-Fi Rush might end up on PlayStation or Switch. Which, if that's the case, it's like, poor Xbox. They can't fucking get their console to sell. Outside of Game Pass and backwards compatibility, but that's already on PC anyway. And that's pretty much the whole story. The only thing left to do now is wait for the water pressure to crush the submarine. Oh no! There are no cores that link from here to the water's surface. I have an idea. We hook up the phone line and... There are no communication cables down this deep. They meant for this submarine to be my coffin, a coffin for the dead. There's no escape. I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. You what? This feeling. Cut off from the world, all alone in a submarine. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of an endless sea. This must be how you felt all along. I'm kind of reminded a bit of the twist with Shadow's wife in American Gods. A little bit. How Shadow's wife in American Gods comes back to life at one point and she's just a walking corpse, and she's like, I want to live again because I have no beating heart and I have no blood flow and I look like death. So yeah, I'm feeling kind of a similarity here. Lynn? Camilla? Is it true? We're stuck here? What? Oh, If my dad was here, I'd bet he'd save us. Oh, Camilla, I'm so sorry. That's funny. What is it, Sissel? There's something I don't understand. Why would they go to all the trouble of detaching the control room? What? Why didn't they just steal the Temsic fragment and escape if that's what they wanted? Why did they have to jettison your body off into the sea? That's a good question. But I guess it doesn't matter why now. We'll never find it again. Excuse me. We have no idea where it was launched to. Wait a minute. Yes, we do. The tracking bullet. This will tell us where Detective Jode is. That present from the inspector in white. That's right, Detective Jode told me to hold onto it for him. And the bullet is still in the person's body in the command room, right? Then we should be able to tell exactly where it is with this. But even if we find out where it is, how do we get there? We should be able to figure something out between the three of us. With our powers, right, Miss? With our powers, right, Miss Lynn? Right. Oh, and wait a minute. What about a torpedo? A torpedo? In any case, it's way too early to give up. It looks like Detective Jode is our last hope. Come on, let's get started. So my dad isn't here on the submarine? Don't worry, we're going to get him. We're gonna go get him right now. Okay, I hope he didn't hurt Lynn's feelings. What I said about my dad saving us if he was here. Oh, don't worry about that. Comments like that just roll right off Miss Lynn's back. She's really thick-skinned. Ouch. I'm going to start being tougher too. I want to make my dad proud of me. Miss Camilla. I'm sure your dad is very proud of you, Camilla. All right, well. Ah. The grapes. Okay. So his shell is definitely there in the command room, right? Just without the fragment. It's there, yeah. But I don't know about calling it a shell. Detective Jode's watch will tell us exactly where it is. Right. He said it was a radio receiver, didn't he? There might be another torpedo on this submarine. If we can use it, we can get to Detective Jode. That's a brilliant plan, Detective. You think so? So what are you gonna do? Ride on top of the torpedo? Of course not. You guys are going to go. Darn, I kind of wanted to see that. Did you want to see me drown? Ah, so that's the plan. All right, to the torpedo room. Torpedo room, huh? There might be another torpedo left there. I'll go check it out. Oh, I get it. You're going to use a missile to ram the control room. Well, I don't know about ram. We don't want to blow Detective Jode up, but something like that. If we climb up to the torpedo room too, up is definitely safer. Okay, I'll see you there then. I mean, they've got the manipulator there, so he could surely do something. Yeah. It looks like the torpedoes can be launched manually with these switches. There are 2 tubes, so there should be 1 more left. I guess the first thing we have to do is load it into the tube. When it comes to missiles, you can count on me. I'll enter the coordinates of the command room into the torpedo. I know how to operate this. I don't know, I just, like, there probably was a manual somewhere that could display what to do. And as I just turned on the backup power, we ought to... And I just turned on the backup power. We ought to be able to use the switches now. Okay, let's try it. Good luck. The entire device is broken though. Huh? Cannot change to missile? Alright, well that didn't work. That's weird. Why can't I change it as missile? How's it going there? I'm just calculating the command room's coordinates now. I have to put in a slight offset though. Don't want to blow it up. I'm sure Detective Jode would appreciate that. Well, leave this to me. Good luck with loading the missile. Okay, thanks. Oh, wait, I have to go to a different room. There we go. Never mind, this wasn't it. How about engine room? Phone line to the engine room isn't working right now. Okay, so not there. So how am I supposed to... Huh? I can't change to missile. Engine room won't work. Top officer's private office. No, not here. I'm very... Huh? I can't... Do I have to talk to Missile? I guess I do. What will happen to these two ladies? I think that's up to us and our powers. What? This is no time to be standing around, unsure of ourselves. Will you lend me your strength, Missile? Me? Of course I will. Count on it. Okay, so no, okay. Well, now I know. How's it going there? Okay, nothing new. I figured it, maybe if I went to, Missile to talk to her, it'd be different. Let's try this one. All right. Okay, so that was the broken switch. So I went to the wrong one. Oops. Missile. And then Sissel. All right, let's try this. Oh, wait, hold on. Huh? Is that not the right thing? Hold on, I'm kind of confused on this. Oh. Okay. There we go. That torpedo looks serviceable. All set on this end, too. Something's odd. What is? The command room. It looks like it's slowly sinking. Sinking? Yeah, it's like something completely run out of... It's like it's completely run out of power. Wonder what happened. I don't know, but I guess I'll find out. Okay, hop into this missile. I'll launch it for you. Okay, thanks. I overthought the particulars of it. I've already set the torpedo's course. It'll head toward the command room where Detective Jode is. 12 seconds after launching, it'll pass by the command room for an instant. That instant will be your window of opportunity to jump over to the command room. Okay, got it. And then we'll find a way to come back and save you. That'll probably be my last task tonight. Just hold on until we get back. Okay, come on, Missile. Missile? I'm sorry. I can't go. What? I just can't. How can I leave? I can't leave Miss Camilla and Miss Lynn behind. I can't do it. Missile. I swapped the switches so the missile can be launched. You'll have to do the rest, Sissel. I can't do it either. I can't ask Missile to come with me after that. I understand exactly how he feels. I want you to go, Missile. What? But Miss Lynn! You staying here won't change our fate. But if you go with Sissel, you might be able to make something happen, and that's our only hope. But what if that something doesn't happen? I'll never be able to see you again. Never ever again. And I can't understand, and even I can understand that. I couldn't stand that. Don't worry, Missile. Miss Camilla. I just know you and Sissy can make something happen. I believe in you. I'll be right there waiting for you. We'll see each other then, don't worry. Miss Camilla! Good dog. That's a good boy, Missile. Missile's the best. Love him. Great dog. Now, are you ready? Remember, it's 12 seconds after I throw the switch. We're ready. Sissel? Yes? We never found out who you really were, but that doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. We're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right. We promise, little lady. Of course we will. I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes then. Good luck, friend. Here we go. Oh, we're actually near the end. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. So it's Jode and the assistant. Wow. Fucking cold, man. Detective Jode! I bet that big masked man did this. I'm going to bite him. You better not. You might break your teeth. The command room had lost power and it's sinking. So I wonder what this masked man is going to do. Let's talk to Detective Jode. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jode.
Who are you? Are you Sissel?
Please excuse my appearance.
I can't believe you made it here. How's Camilla? What about Lynn?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I told Detective Jode about everything that happened on the submarine Yanoa.
So the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine?
I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. It's because he's afraid of my powers. You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jode. And I'm gonna take a 10 long drink of water. I don't know what I was gonna. Yeah, water. Much needed. Hydration's the best damn thing ever.
Are you Yomil?
Yomil? I think is how I pronounce that. Yomil. Or Yomiel? No, it'd be Yomil. There'd be a thing above the E if it was Yomiel. Yomil. Okay. So you remember me, do you?
How could I possibly forget?
So that's your real name, huh? Yomil? That's right. But those people on the Yonoa were calling you Sissel. That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Could you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you. Right, Detective Jode?
Right. 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you?
Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know.
Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers.
I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multi-dimensional programming theory. I was asked to join the project by an agent of the government.
It doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about.
To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies.
It was never made public, but every organization in the country was moved on this one. And then, one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect.
I was the guy who built the core of the system.
The police arrested you, and then the incident happened.
Cabanella fucking forgot his gun in the interrogation room. Fucking goddamn, like, how do you do that? Ugh.
He escaped from the interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage.
By the way, Detective Jode, when was it I was proven innocent?
About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yomil.
Real motive for revenge. 10 years ago. My soul was split from my body, and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. Sanity's Requiem on the Nintendo GameCube. I existed in this world, no question about that. But nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anybody. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. This is good music. In fact, it only made it worse. I wanted to disappear, but I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly toward the bottom of the sea. An overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. Despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering.
And so that's why you murdered Alma.
That's right. I wanted you to know what what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt.
What?
It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. And now we know the deal. Whoa, yeah, pretty crazy, right? Like, this is a real big twist. Ah, I love this.
There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them, but what would you get out of the deal?
A new life.
Life?
I asked them for 2 conditions. Number 1 was that they help me with my revenge plot. And the second was a rebirth for me.
Rebirth? A new beginning, eh?
Yeah, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth that'll be coming out on the PS5. I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name, an identity, an everyday life. Being able to have coffee in the morning and then be able to go to a water cooler. To be able to have chips and dip for the first time in 10 years and actually taste it. I love that shit. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me. And finally, I wanted to die, surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for.
A completely man-made life.
That's right. I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. Okay, so he kind of wanted a homunculus, I suppose. Interesting. This game's story is really good. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. Not reassured, that'd be weird if they reassured my powers. It's like my powers needed some, it's like my powers were kind of in a bad mood. And they even figured out what Temsik was all about.
And you had no idea they were doing all this?
None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Temsik meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in this country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. By Inspector Cabanella and the old pigeon guy, eh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then, they decided to put the park under surveillance, just in case. Surveillance, huh? It looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. Okay, I was like, is the Kokiri guy is it like the twist in Sonic 2 where it's the wedding scene and the bride's going like, are you an agent? Is the priest an agent? And the priest opens his Bible and he's got a gun inside of it. That was one of the funniest parts in that whole movie. That genuinely got me, is that the fucking priest had a gun in his Bible. Oh man, that was a good bit. I would have laughed if like he opens up his package of leaflets and he has just a sidearm in it. Funny stuff. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale.
So that's why they couldn't steal the Temsik meteorite.
And lately, under the pretenses of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Temsik meteorite. So that's it, eh? Wow, even that building site thing ties back into it. What I find impressive about this story is that there aren't really a whole lot of loose threads. Everything just kind of explains itself with, like, everything just feels like it's attached to itself. There's no part in the story that feels like it's just kind of only there. Everything is looped in. It's a very closed, tight-knit story. Really, very impressive.
Wait, upshot of your grand deal was this, eh?
Yeah, it's the ending I deserve.
But at least there's one thing you must be happy about.
What's that?
You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever.
Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jode back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now?
But we promised. We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them.
And we can't do that without you, Detective Jode. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now.
All right, fine. Let's see where it leads us.
Here we go then. Back to 4 minutes before your death. Rewind time. And yeah, this is the second to last chapter. Okay, so did the assistant do something?
So, where are we headed?
We are not headed anywhere, Detective.
What?
There was only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective.
What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too.
Oh, he's an android. By the way, I am not human, Detective. Quick, shoot a three-pointer. I am a remote-controlled robot, Detective.
What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off.
We get that a lot, Detective.
Why would you go to all the trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell, and that's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore.
Commander Sith likes to provide... Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, Detective.
Possibility? What are you talking about?
There is no need for you to know, Detective. Okay. Now it's time to say goodbye, Detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems.
Camilla, forgive me.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I was one. Okay, so yeah, it was a robot. It's not over yet. It isn't? Remember what that big masked man said? Any possibility, no matter how small.
Possibility.
In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. You know, the manipulator would really help out a lot here. To just turn the gun.
Huh?
What is it, Detective?
Look at Yomiel's shell.
There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsig fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is that they're afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped, thanks to the power of Temsig. His body cycled between the moments that had separated his life and death.
Right, but not anymore. The Temsig fragment has been taken away.
Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsig fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back? Back to 4 minutes before your death?
But wait a minute. Exactly when is that death?
That's simple. We'll find out. When we get there. We'll find out. When we get there. Let's move!
Oh, we're going to 10 years ago, when he died from the meteor fragment. Oh boy. Oh, cool. Oh yeah. I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever. And then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. Okay, final chapter. God, I love the art in this game. Here we go. I'm just kind of sad, but man, this game is so fast. Like, it breakneck pace constantly. When was Yomil's death? When was Yomil's death? It was 10 years ago, when the Temsik meteorite fell. We traveled back through time, and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of all this is about to replay itself. When the park was still good. What?
Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Now just calm down and drop that weapon.
Stay back! If you come any closer, I'll shoot her! Cat.
Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt.
Are we the cat? What? No. Oh. And then a part of that's the part. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's the part.
Are you okay? You're all right now. Are you hurt?
You saved me, mister.
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. So that's the Temsik meteorite, eh?
It's beautiful looking at it from this angle.
It changed all of our fates completely.
We can't stop Temsik from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life.
I don't know. I don't know.
What's the matter, Detective Jode?
To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. We might not be able to change your fate of dying.
I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future.
Okay, let's get started.
Oh, that means missiles. Oh, everything's gonna oh wow, that's gonna change a whole lot. Oh, man. That just dawned on me. This'll have a big butterfly effect. Now, how are we gonna save you? If Lynn would just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything.
When her sweet potato is almost ready, she's not gonna budge from that spot.
But you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl all alone in the park listening to music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have?
Doesn't everybody have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break.
Anyway, if Lynn won't budge from that spot, then we'll just have to have the fragment move instead. In that case, roasted sweet potato. So Sissel can't reach anything. Nozzles. Some roasted sweet potatoes always good. Can't do that. And then how about Sissel does...
What are you doing? You're gonna hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears.
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking.
You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato.
I know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, at least her fate has been changed, albeit ever so slightly. But Sissel... or Missile, rather... There we go, and then Missile... Okay, so same shape stuff. I can't reach that. Nothing. Hold on. Oh, I see. After fate change. Because I need to use the nozzle to get the sweet potato up to there. Yeah. Change Missile. You do that. Change to Sissel. You rock. Missile, you go over here. And then Sissel, I keep doing that. You do that.
Oh, look at that sweet potato. That big scary sweet potato.
That's not a sweet potato, Missile. That's Mino.
Oh, right, of course. Look at them, the potato and Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape.
So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile.
Okay, here I go. I'm going to need your help.
My help? Except, I can't reach it. Should have been faster. Shit. Can't do anything. Nope, I need to go back. Because if I do that, then the idea is... The idea is I rock the sweet potato, then I possess the nozzle, and I go into the sweet potato. We do that. And then swap to missile. Missile takes over that. And then Sissel, you go this way. And then Missile, you go over here. Sissel, boom.
Oh, look! The lamppost is bending.
But it hasn't broken yet.
It's really a wonder it hasn't snapped. It just might hold out for a little while longer.
Which will fall first, Mino or the meteorite? Is there anything else that we can do? Was that even the right call? I don't know. I mean, we may as well see. We can't reach that. It's about time for that meteorite to come down. Uh-oh, we have to change the fragment's path somehow. It looks like both paths and fates can be difficult things to change. There has to be a way. If we work together, you and me, I thought we'd be able to do something. Thought? That's funny. I wonder why he's using the past tense. I mean, we'll see. Will that work? Hold on. Okay, no. I see. I had the wrong lamppost idea.
Look at the Temsic fragment instead.
All right. After fate change, I know what to do now. And then we do that. There.
Lamppost is bending,
But hasn't broken yet.
it's really a wonder it hasn't snapped. Might hold out for a little while longer.
If I recall, the Temsic fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down.
But if Mino sits firmly in this way,
Then fate should change. Where'd the sweet potato go? I have no idea where it went. Yeah, nothing else can really be done here. There it is. Yeah, nothing else to see, I think, right? Yeah. I can't see any other ideas to do here.
It's about time for that meteorite to come down.
Don't worry, Missile. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path.
Oh, okay. That's the giant sweet potato. If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can.
Ouch. Anyway, now's the fragment's path on the change. Here we go. Let's see it. God, this art's pretty.
There! How's that? Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little.
Now Yomiel's fate should really change.
Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path?
No! Ow, my knee! Ah!
Detective Jode! The Temsec fragment shot through his leg!
What?
But the cruel twist of fate weren't over yet.
Ah! Come on, put it down.
Huh?
Jode, put the gun down now! If you don't, you're going to shoot him!
I don't know if it's his detective instinct, detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver.
Put the gun down! I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands.
I won't let that happen.
Missile! The bullet stopped in midair.
I'm here, inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with something.
What? With what?
Detective Jode, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here. Gee, I wonder what looks like a half oval. Oh no, we stopped the bullet, but we still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive.
What?
I'm not dead, I'm just unconscious. But the thorn is in his back. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still, this fate is just too painful to watch, in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we are overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. And not in the blaze blue sense. Oh no. Jesus Christ.
Wake up! You gotta get out of there!
Oh no.
Damn it, my leg won't work.
It's all over. We're out of time. Miss Lynn!
It's not over yet.
But there isn't anything else to swap with.
Why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain, like a scar on her psyche. I won't let that happen. Not if I can help it.
But what can we do now? Even if we work together.
I think there might be something that can be done.
What is it? What can Sissel and I do?
Don't forget, I'm here too. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yomiel! Sissel, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me. Let's go. All right, I'll try to move there. Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you only have a split second. Okay, now do it! Got it! Now it's your turn, Missile.
What? Me? But what can I do?
I think you know the answer to that.
Okay, got it.
You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position.
But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. It's no use. We can't stop that horrible Mino.
What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped.
Oh, it helped all right. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Oh, sweet. So we actually control the manipulator. Fuck yeah. Your turn. Him. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute. You mean... That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Oh!
Ye gods. Ah, you're awake.
Definitely a different way to play it out. Got crushed, Jesus.
Hey, mister, is your knee okay?
Huh? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt.
You saved me, mister.
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could.
But... What's that?
This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who've been very brave.
A detective's badge?
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, you know what to do, little detective.
Yeah, I imagine getting a meteorite fragment hitting your leg is a really bad injury.
Are you alive?
Yeah, sadly.
Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing?
Your partner left his gun in the interrogation room like a moron. Like, really, what idiot leaves his gun in an interrogation room with somebody who is a suspect? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me.
I see.
But you know, I'm glad it happened. Wait, the cat.
Hey, mister. I found this kitty. It was over there.
Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray.
It's kind of limp. Is it okay?
I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything.
Poor little kitty.
How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten?
Aww. Well, it looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. I was thinking, so we were the cat? What? Sissel? The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. Oh, God, flashes. These long, lonely 10 years, you are my one and only friend. Oh, a meteor fragment hit the cat too. How about it? Do you remember now? Old friend. I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. So we were the cat. Wow. Somebody, please look at me.
Huh? Oh, little kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt.
Aw, the cat likes him. Somebody, please reach a hand out to me. Or somebody, please reach a hand out to me. I had only just died at the time. I had lost everything. My life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten, with no recollection of who I was. I lived as a cat with you for a while. We ate out of dumpsters and chased mice around. It was horrible. After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. So we were the cat, wow. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see, just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note saying, "I'm coming to you, Yomil." Oh. The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Oh, wow. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects. But then, after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. I wanted light. Distorted, artificial light. So can we see the conversation play out? When I got my revenge on Lynn. Okay, I guess not. Or I would see that light. Or at least, that's what I tried to believe. Sorry, I got distracted by something. Man, this is good stuff. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. Oh, the cat in the briefcase. Oh.
The black cat.
I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all.
So you borrowed the body of your old friend.
Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible.
What was that?
Sissel there, inside the bag, was dead.
What?
Well, Oh. Oh, no. The misfire. I wasn't able to control her completely. Oh, the first shot. Oh, no. Oh, that's awful. Jesus Christ. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought.
But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside the bag.
Oh no. Yes. That's when I lost my life. Right there in the presence of Temsic radiation. And that's how he got powers. Oh man. And that's when I got my powers of the dead. My ghost tricks. I think I understand now why I was the only one who couldn't get his memories back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences and the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things, from living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean? I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you.
In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate. And I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too.
Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh? And now everything just got undone. Wow.
So, Yomil, it looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure.
Yes, and I'm glad too. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. Well, I guess it's time we got back. A new 10 years later was just born.
Right. We should get back to our new present.
I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again.
So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. the memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime.
That's the way this game of the dead works, eh?
And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel.
Yes?
When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yomil? Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yomil.
Sissel, are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't.
Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then. And cats can live to 10 years old or older.
Sissel, I'll never forget you.
I'll never forget you too either, valiant little doggy.
Well, it looks like you've come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat.
Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jode. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now, we're each going back to our own new present. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would cross again. God, what a great little twist. Wait! Oh? Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. The desk lamp! Wait, who was this?
Huh?
What? That's right! So the desk lamp wasn't the manipulator, it was someone completely different. Before I ceased to exist. Oh, it's you! Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten again. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I am really grateful to you, Sissel. Thank you. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memories. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know. Who exactly are you? Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. Yeah, so all this in one night. What the fuck happened? Yeah, the desk lamp. He came here to explain. All right, yeah, one last loose thread. You changed the fate of many people tonight. The first of which was hers. I love that. I love the slapstick of that. That's so funny. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature.
A little creature, a little guy, a silly person.
After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. Jesus Christ. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that! The powers of the dead! But how? He didn't really understand it himself. Not yet, anyway. But with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute. Oh, because he had the... Yeah. He died near the radiation. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. So wait. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the powers to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, wait, so Missile has been the helper this whole time? In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then, he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? So Missile was doing this whole time. Holy shit. He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. Oh. So Missile's been waiting really? And that's the other version of the story of this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? It was Missile. Oh, old Missile! That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years. You couldn't change the fate of these people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out. Exactly. And then, at last, that fateful night rolled around again. Okay. By this time, I had grown old, and my powers were weak, so I decided that I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second, you were able to manipulate that desk lamp. Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching the man in red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before, on that night, the first time around. We what? We met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at the junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world paths to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my fur stand on end, I can tell you. That was me? So I was shot on that night the first time around as well. Oh, okay. You had lost your memory that time too. You had just died, and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. Okay. And then you disappeared, away over the telephone line. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yomil.
What?
I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit.
Time limit?
That's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have been all over.
Then you mean that thing about ceasing to exist?
Oh, that? Completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. We made it up. It's a fabrication. It's like the Commander Riker actor doing all of those. We made it up. It's a lie. That was not true. That was scripted. It's just that. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely.
Oh boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way.
Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I.
Missile.
I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Missile. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, eh?
Of course, because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Sissel.
And so, the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. I made my way back to a new present. All right, and there we go. Everything tied itself up into a nice little bow. Wow. Huh? How come it's so dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. Oh no! Oh, there's no gun. We're good. Yeah! Hey! Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee, it worked! It's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday, the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well, I wanted to use it again.
It's all right, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right?
Really? Thank you, Detective Jode. Dad, you're home!
Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today.
Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges too? Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad just gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though.
How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn?
What's wrong with it? To me, it's the symbol of a real detective.
It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day?
When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow.
Destiny, eh?
And now that I'm a detective, I find out where that destiny will lead me.
That you will. That you will.
Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're the same little kitten.
That's right. The very one.
You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yup, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Sissel. Sissel. Seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. So the cat's not aging? I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. All right, everyone, let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom. So that's their mom, huh? We actually get to see her. Cool. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Sissel. From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected. Somehow, somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now, this is my new fate. What? Damn, they are going at it. I guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine, curl up and watch the strange and beautiful patterns of their lives as they unfold. And it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while. Oh. What a fucking cool game. This was a wonderful little... Missile and Cabanella! Fuck yeah!
Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn.
Huh? Like I said, it isn't my birthday. Hey, Missile, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort.
But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby.
Aw, God, I loved this game so much. What a wonderful game. I could totally why this was considered a cult classic on the DS for the longest time. Holy shit. I'm very glad it got to modern platforms too. That is awesome. I'm kind of mad not playing this before. There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? But definitely not good. Maybe now I can be a great detective, just like Inspector Cabanella. What kind of example is the inspector providing for his men? Okay, Koki Kinoshita. Fucking wonderful character designs, and same to the illustrators. Yes, their designs the designs in this game have been wonderful. Like, all of them have been just so full of character and personality. Memory, what are you doing here? I heard you were gonna be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today.
So you took on a part-time job here again, just so you could eavesdrop?
Oh, you have no idea the lengths I'd go to reach my goals.
She took the job because she also likes the bartender. Oh. So yeah, my general opinion, this is a really good puzzle game. And I thoroughly enjoyed the characters, thoroughly enjoyed the scenarios. Every puzzle felt so distinct, and the chapters were all so good. Ah, what a wonderful, wonderful little game. I'm very happy that it's now available now on modern platforms. I'm not gonna voice all of them. Y'all can read it, but yeah, the only flaw that I can really think of regarding this game is that the white flashes, I wish they would have been able to tone that down somehow, in some way, because, it's kind of, that was kind of the point that goes against it a little bit. They do warn you at the start of the game when you boot it up, so that's a plus, but I don't know. I just feel like that's the only real downside, because otherwise, this game's been just an absolute blast. And it went by so quickly too. Like the pacing of this game was just breakneck continuously. Are they robbing a bank? 20 kilograms? Jesus Christ. Oh. Even Sausage Head gets a happy ending. Yeah, this... I want to see all the scenarios, but yeah, this has been a really, really wonderful time. And like, I remember that I heard that this game made it to mobile platforms a long time ago, but the fact that it got to the Switch was really great. And it really is surprising, I guess, how Capcom have been, you know, porting a lot of their classic stuffs to the, a lot of their classic library, or their stuff that's lesser known, rather, to modern platforms. I mean, shit, we live in a day and age where Mega Man Battle Network can be played on all platforms, as well as this. You know, it's been a very interesting few years to see what is getting brought back from the void, I guess, of being put on retro platforms. Actually, I wonder. See, now I'm curious. How much does this game cost in its original form? Ghost Trick DS. So if I were to look at, yep, $100. So you know what? The only thing that I would also say is kind of iffy on this game is the accuracy in which the tethering works, but that's like a small potatoes complaint. It's like literally nothing. Like, it's not like you're gonna be like, the whole world pauses when you're in the ghost world changing stuff, so it's not like it affects it too much. So yeah. Hey, he's out of prison even though he's still in his prison clothes. And the professor is studying the meteorite. Oh man. Everybody just gets a nice happy ending. Let's see, what characters are we missing? Oh, we're missing the 2 guards in the prison too. Stop the park from charging admission. Protect the rights of the... Oh no, well, it depends on how much they're charging. If it's $20 for entry, I could understand being pissed. But if it's not, then I don't know. It depends on how much. But if that goes back into improving the park, then maybe. But yeah, now he's lobbying for a different reason. Hey, here we are. Today's the day, you know? He's finally getting out. You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that.
Then let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our family for generations. We do this when we have a stomachache. We call it Dance Away the Pain.
Oh, I'm real interested in that one. Think you could show it to me, say, next week? Oh, I love these characters. Just so full of life. This, like... Oh, if there's... I guess this game definitely comes with a big recommendation from me. Oh no, he's in the cell painting! Oh, so he's getting out of prison. 10 long years, Yomiel. Your time's up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside. What was he painting? Thank you, Sissel. Did he paint Sissel? Oh, I wanted to see the painting. Man, this was great. Yes, he painted him. Oh, that's so cool. Oh. Man, what a wonderful little game. The art is also fantastic. There, that's better. That's a better picture. Oh. Yep. 10 out of 10 game, frankly. This was really, really good. And the thing is like, it tied up all the loose ends of its story, you know, just wonderfully. It just did it so well. I've never, like, very rarely do I encounter a story that feels like it just wrapped up everything so neatly. Like, there's not a single thing in it that really needed any more explaining. Even the bit with Ray in the end, I completely forgot about Ray, but turned out Ray was just an old missile, and yeah, everything around was just explained. Everything around just tied back into itself. Everybody had some kind of involvement. It was just, everything just worked together to tell the story, and I'm not left with any questions. I don't have any real plot holes to dig through. I am kind of curious about the foreign nation though, but that wasn't really the point of the whole story though. Like, getting an entire fleshed out world would have not been easy, and since the game had to take place over the span of one in-game night. So yeah, that was good game, very good game. And we're getting to see Missile, Camilla, and Sissel. Awesome. I'm very happy. Oh, the rat! Yeah, good job on the developers of this. God, I wish I knew about this back in the DS era. Well, no, if I knew about this in the DS era, I probably wouldn't have played it. I probably would have been playing Drawn to Life or Pokemon instead. But nonetheless, this is definitely something that I'd recommend people give a go, especially if you like puzzle games. This is for certain one of the better puzzle games that I've played in recent memory. And it just had so much going right. It just was so full of personality, so full of care. And I continue to also just praise the animations. Oh, I like that Ghost Advisor. Like, I love the animations. That's one of my favorite things in this game, is the animations of the characters and how they just exuded this energy and personality to them that really just showed how different they were. No one character moved the same, you know? Well, that's going to be it for me for the night. We did end up finishing this because I was further along the game than I thought I was. But yeah, that was Ghost Trick. Awesome game. Would recommend highly. So yeah, but that said, thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure as always. And as for what I'll end up doing in lieu of this game finishing, I'll probably ask on my socials. So if you're interested, please follow my socials so that you can see any inquiries that I may bring up with all of you regarding games that I have that I could play. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send y'all off. Stay hydrated, keep your postures checked, and I'll see you on the next stream. Take care, everybody. Bye.